Okay, so I'm gonna be explaining volume in the market using volume profile, and here we go. So first of all, I'm gonna explain volume profile and what it is. Volume profile is really a range of candles where you can put this tool, which is called the volume profile, to tell how much volume was played in the range. For example, you can see this vertical line. This was the start of the volume profile and it ends around here. We don't know the volume of anything behind that. We only know the volume for everything to the right. Now, the key levels of the volume profile. The first level is the volume area high. This is the top line of the volume profile. The middle line, it's always in the middle. It's called the point of control, the POC. This is where most of the volume was traded in this range. And then we have the volume area low, which is the bottom of the volume, like the other 30% of the volume that was played. Now, after that, of course, and then the higher bars, the more the more bars there is, that's how you know that there's more volume in there. And you can tell right here that there's a gap of volume. That means there's not enough volume. So when price goes through this area, it just flows through the zone like this, as you can tell, you guys. Now, this is a real example. In actual charts, we have our volume area high, this red line, or POC line, this blue line, as you can tell right here, and our volume area low. Now, these are signals to sell, this is signals to buy, and this is the POC line. So yeah, you guys see the range, you guys see the bars, it starts from here and it's here. It tells you the amount of volume that was played in this range. Now, let's talk about volume, right? Actually, I'm gonna put it like this. Let's talk about volume. Why does volume matter? Volume shows how much business was done at each price. So when there's high volume, that means there's an agreement. So institutions think that the price is fair. When there's low volume, that means there's a rejection of price. Now, again, and just a summary, volume tells you where big money was active. Now, number two, how institutions use volume. Banks, they cannot enter large positions out of the blue. It's never random. They need liquidity to take opposite orders. So when there's less volume, that means less liquidity. That's why price tends to reject these levels. For example, if you see that there's a big gap of volume right here, that means there's less liquidity to take. So price reached this level, there wasn't any liquidity to take, and price sold here. As you can tell, this is a rejection zone right here because there's little amount of volume like this. You can see this gap right here. Price touched this level. Nobody wanted to take. Nobody wanted to trade under this level and went up. So they moved price towards areas where stops are sitting, right? And where high volume was previously built. This creates what looks like the manipulation thing. So what do I mean when high volume areas that they have it's been previously built? So for example, these areas, these are the targets that they want to reach to. Areas where there's a lot of volume, that way they can trade price in the area because they think that price is fair. Now again, this is just a quick recap of volume and volume profile. Quick two things I'm going to explain to you is the volume area high and the volume area low. Simple words. Volume area high means price is expensive. That's why we have, or it's supposed to be H right here. Volume area high. I just missed little typo in there. It's sell, right? Because price is too expensive, so people sell. And the volume area low, that means it's cheap. People buy. Buyers defend this area when it comes to this level. As you can see here, it retraced once, it came, we bought, we touched again, we bought, we touched again, and we bought. But then we ended up breaking this level, which caused us to go on the downside after this. But yeah, guys, this is how volume and volume profile is explained by my own words. Hope you guys understand.